Hello, I am here to make a simple video about mass shootings. And when I say simple, because I'm just going to put it like it is. On your screens, you have a picture of all the mass shootings we've had. Obviously, this picture needs to be updated because now, sadly, we have to include Florida. Okay, and I don't mean Orlando, I don't mean Pulse nightclub. I mean the shooting that we had at a high school in Florida. As you can see, we have a problem. We need to come together, not red versus blue, whatever, but come together as a people to solve this problem. I think that the reasons why we have semi-automatic weapons, are not worth the blood, the killing of innocent people. People like to take those guns for hunting. They like to shoot them for fun. People think guns are cool. I get it, but it's not worth it when crazy people get their hands on them. And the thing is that crazy people will always get their hands on them. It doesn't matter what the background checks are or whatever. You just never know when someone is gonna lose it and kill, you know, dozens of people. Now I want to read the Second Amendment to you guys really quick. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now right there's a huge problem. Okay, the Second Amendment needs to be updated because it was put in 1789, and it was a different time back then. They didn't have the technology and assault rifles back then, and there were, malicious, and obviously a 19-year-old with a semi-automatic gun is not a militia. So I have a controversial solution, and I know the right wing will get pissed at me, but like I said, I have a solution. But having said that, it's just not gonna get passed because, as we all know, politicians are bribed by the NRA, and they say they are here to represent us, but they're really not because they also have to represent the NRA, and they gotta. At the end of the day, when they're getting paid millions of dollars and bribes and campaign contributions, they gotta overlook us and just represent the NRA. So anyway, here is my first solution, which is to just ban all assault rifles and you know bump stocks, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, they're not going to do that. So that goes to my second option, which is we need to focus on the requirements for people who are trying to obtain these assault rifles. And what I mean by that is that if they are diagnosed as mentally ill by a doctor, or that needs to be on someone's record, and it needs to be reported, so that it'll come up in the criminal background changes or the background checks. When someone is diagnosed as mentally ill or has any criminal history whatsoever, they should not be allowed to have a semi-automatic weapon, a pistol, anything. Okay, you need to ban that from those individuals. So what I'm saying is someone must have a squeaky clean record, and we need to make sure that when someone is diagnosed as mentally ill or any sort of flaw in their record, we need to make sure that that comes up when gun shops are doing background checks on these individuals. And my third option, which is I'd say one of the best options to actually make a change in this country for once, I ask all the young people in this country to just go out there, get out there and vote, because the politicians that are in place now, they're not going to make a change because they are deeply corrupt. They're bought by the NRA. So I say to just go out there and vote them out of office. You know, there will be change in this country. just a matter of time, as the older politicians are getting voted out of office. We need to put new ones in that will actually represent us and that won't take money from the NRA. We need to get money out of politics. We just need to ban, all semi-automatic weapons, pistols from civilian use. There is no reason why civilians should have these weapons of war. And I just want to clarify, I don't ask just young people, just anyone who wants, these weapons banned. My best advice is to just vote the corrupt politicians like Marco Rubio, everyone around him, just vote them out of office and, vote for people who actually want to ban these guns. So to summarize, just, try with the current politicians to just get them to do a gun reform, ban bump stocks, reduce magazine capacities. People who are diagnosed as mentally ill, that needs to come up in their background checks when gun shops are doing them. If you're like me and you want just all guns, pistols, shotguns, semi-automatic guns banned, then you need to get out there and vote these corrupt freaking politicians out of office. Just vote them all out, get new people in, and that's the only way we're really gonna get this ban going because it's just not gonna happen with the current one. They've had mass shootings in other countries, and ever since then, they just banned all weapons. And guess what? There has not been any mass shootings. They'll stop. Why? Because when someone is crazy and they want to kill a bunch of people, guns are really easy to use and to kill, especially guns that shoot really fast. Imagine if an individual didn't have a gun because we banned all guns and instead tried to go after people with a knife, a shovel, I don't know, a pencil. Obviously they're not going to do as much damage because, it's a knife. Why people are killing all these innocent people because they have these tools available to them, these guns, you can just put a bump stock and it just shoots like if it was a full automatic weapon. You can get magazines with more than 30 bullets in them. Anyone who is against it is one, never has had this happen to them, two, bribed by the NRA, or just plain stupid and uninformed. So yeah, just get out there and together we can make a change for the better.